Cross to the inside line. With that extra speed in the switch, is he going to stop into Sinatra? There was a big shake there. He's going in a little bit wide. Seizes the lead back. Inside the thing. Oh! As they start that climb up towards turn two, clear contact between Bagnaia and Mark. I think there are ranks on here in the yellow boat.
Do you think Bagnaia wants this? The roar of the crowd is urging him on. Mark Marquez back up the inside now of Pecco Bagnaia. It's punch and counter punch between the Ducati teammates.
Oh, Bagnaia flips the rear tyre at Mark as they got on the car coming out turn five, and that's allowed Alex then to snatch second place, and Morbidelli and Acosta, Vinales getting dragged back into this real frenetic fight at the front. We're on board with Bagnaia. He's going to now flick through this Ducati seamless shift gearbox, thirdly on the exit of turn 15. And now he's in the slipstream of Alex. A two bike slipstream here. So he's recovered second straight up. And once again, on the brakes into San Donato, he gets at Ducati, snaking left and right. Is he going to use the element of surprise? He is on the inside of Mark into turn two. This is absolutely brilliant. This is vintage Bagnaia.
You cannot question the fighting spirit of Pecco Bagnaia. He desperately wants to win. Is Alex Marquez now going to attack his older brother to try and take second place? No, he isn't. The pace much slower in this early stage of the Grand Prix. They were doing 45s during the sprint yesterday. Of course, with the contact between the Ducati teammates, we're doing 47s at the moment. So Pecco Bagnaia then once again leads this one. He'll lead onto the home straight. Marquez perhaps slightly further back than he has been in previous laps. Is there any danger of this race starting to settle down? As a big bonito, I hope it doesn't. But Bagnaia then lost the front on the way through Vicini, and that does bring Marquez alongside.
That's his issue. That's been his headache all season long. Fast corners, no confidence in the front. He's trying to get some steps in. Now, once again, he's on the springy side. Three abreast go Bagnaia, Alex and Mark. This is all happening at over 360 kilometers an hour. Alex briefly does lead into San Donato, but he runs it a little bit too hot. Bagnaia back in the front. This is now Mark back in third place for the first time in this Grand Prix. Alex so aggressive on the inside of Bagnaia. There was room there, and he took it.
You can see once again the snap on that Ducati as Bagnaia is trying to get stopped into San Donato. He's clearly not fully confident with the front end of that Ducati, but he is still continuing to try and fight through it. So for the first time in this Grand Prix, we've seen Bagnaia, we've seen Marc Marquez lead this Grand Prix. Now it's the turn of Alex Marquez.
Just shows how much confidence Alex has got coming into this Italian Grand Prix weekend here in Mugello, taking the fight to both Mark and Bagnaia. It just shows what an outstanding 2025 Alex is having right now. We're on board now with Mark. He's going to go side by side with Bagnaia. They're going to top it out, and this heavy old braking zone for turn one. Once again, the two factory Ducatis snapping sideways as they both squeeze a handful of brake, decelerating from 360 clicks there down to just about 100 for that tight San Donato. That's the edge he has, certainly on Mark. This was one of several early close shaves between the two factory Ducati stars. Yeah, there's his wife, Pecco's wife, Dimitria, in the white shirt, his sister Carola in the team uniform. They can barely watch the screens, can they? And that was as close as we have seen it. The big tap there. Oh, yeah, that's Keanu Reeves. That's exactly how we look in the commentary box, Keanu. Don't worry.
Yeah, extraordinary action. This was Bagnaia, losing the front. Look, there it goes. He just about saved it on his left knee, and that's what they've put him behind both of the Marquez brothers on his way onto the main straight. Could have been a lot worse for Bagnaia. He is still running. You can see just behind the top three. Vinales looks like he wants to get on with this and clear Morbidelli. If he wants to get off after the top three, Vinales needs to act quickly.
He's got some great slipstream here. He's going to go side by side, and so does Mark in the braking zone. With Alex, there's nothing Alex can do about this because Mark's hugging the inside line. And so Alex is just going to have to yield at this particular part of the race. So we're on lap 9 of 23. Mark then back at the front. Vinales did get Morbidelli on the brakes into San Donato. So what can he do now about charging down maybe Bagnaia?
And Alex Marquez fight back and strike back against his older brother. He wouldn't yesterday.
Put us down. I don't know if Morbidelli's taking Vinales out.
Morbidelli is still there.
I was going to say, I don't know if it was contact, but Vinales has gone down. Maybe it was all of his own doing, but there was clearly a fight there. Yeah, I'm going to say, I didn't want to really sort of quickly apportion blame to Frank. Clearly, Vinales thinks that there was something that happened. We'll reserve judgment fully until we see the replay. But what has clearly happened is Maverick Vinales is down and out here in Mugello.
There is the long lap penalty loop, which will be welcoming Frankie Morbidelli, who's overshot it, and surely he's got to serve that again.
Well, that is not what you call completing a long lap. You have to stay in between the white lines. And quite clearly, he didn't. So Frankie Morbidelli, talk about shooting himself in the foot here big time. He's already cleaned out Maverick Vinales to get into the long lap penalty. He's going to be back in there very, very shortly because that was not a successful completion of his penalty. So stepping back to us here for Morbidelli.
Yeah, it dropped him from a second ahead of Bezzecchi to 1.5 behind. So it cost him 2.5 seconds. He drops another 2.5 seconds. He's going to be behind Ralph Fernandez and Pedro Acosta. Fernandez going very well in that battle for 7th place. He's just lost it to Acosta again with the KTM run down the main straight.
So Morbidelli's indiscretions have left his teammate Gian Antonio in a rather lonely 4th place as it sits right now. Digia 1.5 seconds behind Bangaya, 1.3 seconds clear of Bezzecchi.
We're back, baby. X-Men 97 Season 2, now streaming.
It's hard to go anywhere in this beautiful state of ours without seeing a lot of Ford F-150s. Where have thousands of Oregonians chosen to purchase those trucks? At Landmark Ford. And not just because of our reputation for low prices. You see, at Landmark, we treat you considerately and fairly. We currently have a huge selection of F-150s. Prices start at about $42 grand. So come see us today at Landmark Ford and Tiger. Locally owned, community driven since 1979.
So this is the onboard from Maverick Vinales, who's going to get clattered here. Watch this blur of Morbidelli just ran into side him, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, that's just Frankie himself. As soon as he knew what was happening there, he'd have known he was going to be coming through the long lap top.
I'm eating late night ribs. I had to change shirts so I didn't get anything on it. Fourth of July. It's already the 4th of July in the UK and many other places. So happy 4th of July. Smoking with Johnny D. We'll be back 8 o'clock in the morning for a little coffee and cannabis. So tune in then. Share, like, love, send. Peace. Okay, we'll stay. Alexa, play the music. Alexa, play Let the Music Play.
Here's Let the Music Play by Shannon on Amazon Music.
We started dancing and love put us into a groove. As soon as we started to move, the music played while our bodies displayed for the dance. The love picked us out for romance. Our we're sharing, sparing just between ourselves. We're not plans, we don't want to dance with someone else. We stick to the scene, put us into a groove. Now it's with somebody new. What if love want me to do? Yes, you he tried pretending I'm dancing just to dance, but I see he's dancing his way back to me. Yes, he is